They never teach you the truth about wealth. They teach you how to follow rules, how to memorize lessons, how to pass exams, how to fit into a system built to preserve mediocrity. But they do not teach you how to command your own mind, how to bend reality, how to summon fortune from sheer clarity of purpose. And so, most people grow up believing wealth is something external, something that happens to others, something that arrives with luck, timing, or permission. That belief alone keeps more minds poor than failure ever could. Wealth begins long before money arrives in your bank account. It begins in the unseen architecture of your thought. Every dollar, every opportunity, every life-changing moment first appears in consciousness before it manifests in form. If your mind is cluttered with doubt, fear, or indecision, the universe cannot deliver what it does not recognize as welcome. If your vision is weak, your actions scattered, your desire lukewarm, you may toil endlessly and still achieve nothing. The world does not reward need. It rewards clarity, conviction, and the unshakable decision of a mind that has already chosen victory. Look at history. Long before Thomas Edison held the filament alight, he had decided he would not quit. Failure was a classroom, darkness a canvas, ridicule a soundtrack he ignored. Andrew Carnegie saw steel as more than metal. He saw the law of organized knowledge multiplied by persistent effort. Henry Ford imagined a world where mobility belonged to the many, not the few, and refused to let failure or cynicism rewrite his blueprint. Walt Disney was laughed at, dismissed and denied, but in the theater of his mind, he had already constructed kingdoms, castles, and dreams that would outlive him. These men were not born with wealth. They first claimed it in consciousness, in belief, in the disciplined refusal to surrender to doubt. This is the truth about wealth they never teach you. Money does not move first. It responds. It moves toward certainty, toward decisive belief, toward minds trained to recognize opportunity and act with unwavering commitment. Most people live mentally bankrupt long before financial hardship touches their lives. Their thoughts are scattered, their desires are vague, their goals are borrowed from society rather than chosen by themselves. They want success, but have never defined it. They want freedom, but have never disciplined themselves. They want abundance, but secretly doubt their worth. And the mind cannot construct what it does not respect, cannot create what it cannot first imagine, cannot attract what it does not already believe is possible. Wealth begins when you stop being a reactor to life and start being a cause. The moment you understand that your dominant thoughts are instructions to your subconscious, that what you imagine, rehearse, and affirm becomes the blueprint your mind executes with precision, everything changes. The subconscious does not argue. It does not negotiate. It builds, unerringly, patterns of action and instinct, behaviors and habits that align with the strongest, most persistent commands it receives. If you rehearse limitation, hesitation becomes your default. If you rehearse fear, paralysis becomes your shadow. If you rehearse scarcity, abundance will pass by unnoticed. But when you deliberately impress your mind with clarity, with desire, with disciplined faith, the entire universe begins to conspire to deliver it. And this begins with mindset. Not techniques, not tricks, not shortcuts. Mindset. Every fortune begins with the decision to see oneself as capable, deserving, and unbreakable. Every empire begins with the refusal to accept the authority of naysayers, the courage to define your own standards, the willingness to endure struggle, without surrender. Napoleon Hill called it the mastermind, an alliance between belief, desire, and the relentless pursuit of a goal so clear, so compelling, that nothing in the external world can dislodge it. If you will it, the universe will respond, but only if you have the discipline to hold the thought, the vision, the certainty, until it becomes inevitable. Clarity is the next frontier. Wealth cannot navigate ambiguity. A mind that wavers cannot attract precision. A man or woman without a clear target is like an archer without a bowstring, a ship without a rudder, a mind without a purpose, drifting, hoping, praying for something to arrive that was never clearly defined. Carnegie, Edison, Disney, Lincoln, they all achieved because their targets were sharp, measurable, and internalized. They visualized not just outcomes, but the steps, the discipline, the persistence required to reach them. They knew what they wanted, why they wanted it, and they measured progress with unrelenting honesty. Purpose feeds perseverance. Discipline transforms vision into reality. Action converts belief into momentum. Gratitude attracts opportunities hidden to the ungrateful. Adaptability shields the mind.